You've been studying that tablet for a long time. Are the answers you need over Master Khatri's death in that file?
No.
And Senator Larrick's testimony isn't enough for you?
Master Khatri died from an ambush. My instincts tell me it is not that simple.
Windu and Dooku couldn't be further from each other this entire episode. I mean, Windu is basically a walking Jedi handbook, and Dooku relies on his instincts and being a proper Jedi. I mean, this is the majority of the reason for the downfall of the Republic laid out in front of you in like 15 seconds.
Who ambushed the Senator? Why? And if Master Khatri was killed, how did the Senator escape?
I also love how Dooku is immediately taken aback by Master Khatri dying to an ambush. Even if it's just being read out of a file, it doesn't make a lot of sense for a master at the top of their game to die to an ambush of like 4 to 5 people with blasters.
Why are you concerning yourself with these questions? The Council gave us our instructions.
To return Master Khatri's body to the Jedi Temple, so she can have a proper burial. But something more should be done.
Since we are not members of the Council, we cannot involve ourselves in local political skirmishes, unless requested by the Jedi High Council or Senate.
My friend, your devotion to rules is sometimes inspiring and sometimes maddening.
I'm also not sure if Windu wants to rush this assignment so badly because he wants to get back to Coruscant and therefore the Council immediately to get a seat as soon as possible, or if it's just because he wants to follow the Council's directions to a hilarious T. In other words, I'm like 90% sure Windu is lying to Dooku about knowing he was going to be offered the seat at the end of this episode.
Welcome to Raxus Secundus.
I am Jedi Master Windu, and this is Master Dooku. We are here to see Senator Larrick.
We are saddened by what happened to Master Khatri. She was well respected and will be missed. I will take you to Senator Larrick.
In case you didn't recognize it when the Senator's Guard is welcoming the Jedi here, this planet is Raxus Secundus, otherwise known simply as Raxus, otherwise known as the capital of the Confederacy of Independent Systems in just a few years' time.
I was at my residence on Coruscant when I was contacted by these rebels. Considering they were threatening war, I decided to return to Raxus to hear them out.
Why would you choose to go without a security detail?
Because I hope for peace on Raxus, and I'm willing to do anything for it. I confided as much to Master Khatri when she arrived. Being the Jedi that she was, she refused to let me out of her sight. And she paid for it with her life.
The Senator is already fidgeting and acting suspicious in the background here, like he's worried that the guards are going to try to murder both Windu and Dooku right in front of him, which, as it turns out, he wasn't too far off about. He just got the in front of him part wrong.
The guards killed her!
Are Senator murdering jokes still funny? I'm sure it's fine, as long as they're in Star Wars and are ridiculously corrupt.
Senator, we've taken enough of your time. If you can show us where Master Khatri's body is.
Before we do that, I'd like to see where you and Khatri went to meet this informer.
To go back there and relive the incident would be heartbreaking.
I can show you where this tragic incident happened. We responded to the Senator's distress signal. By the time we arrived, it was too late to save Master Khatri.
Let us be on our way.
It's obvious that he's hiding something. We should take this information back to the Council.
Would you want Khatri to leave without finding out what happened to you?
I would want her to follow protocol.
Even though both he and Dooku were listening to the same fishy conversation and both of them clocked that something is clearly wrong, Windu's only concern is getting back to Coruscant ASAP to pass this information through the bureaucracy of the Council rather than acting immediately. Absolutely ridiculous. Judging by the number of blast marks on the environment behind where she would have been standing, Master Khatri clearly did not go down without a fight. But unfortunately, not all Jedi had Ahsoka-level training against skilled blaster marksmen.
How many attackers were there, Senator?
It happened so fast. I couldn't give you an exact number.
Almost immediately as the Jedi start looking around the crime scene, the guards recognize that their cover is blown and start thinking of what they need to do, and you can see this in just a few seconds of animation.
Tell us what really happened.
You and all of the Senate puppets will see a reckoning!
No!
Immediately after the death of his right-hand man, you can see that this head guard never wanted to murder a Jedi or cause an investigation that would lead to the death of his own people. His only concern was the safety and prosperity of the people and planet of Raxus.
Tell us your reason for killing Master Khatri.
We are part of a group who learned Larrick was using his ascendancy to become rich at the expense of our people and planet. He was willing to bleed Raxus dry, luring off world companies to come in and industrialize the land. He was selling off our planet, piece by piece, all from his comfortable residence on faraway Coruscant.
So you lured Larrick here. However, if you killed Khatri, why did you let the Senator live?
Because we were going to force him to put forth our own agenda at the next Senate hearing meeting.
You can hear this and say, well, why not just kill the Senator? And if they were to kill him, nothing would change. He would be replaced by someone with the same agenda, and they'd be back at square one. But keeping him as a figurehead while under the Guard's agenda could bring actual change.
Jedi are lapdogs of the Senate. Their bidding always comes first. It's evident throughout the galaxy. Jedi claim peace, but mostly keep law and order for the rich and powerful.
Khatri.
Dooku hears this explanation and immediately sympathizes with this guard, and almost completely agrees with him, and the guard immediately notices this with the look that he gives back to Dooku. My hat is no longer off for these animators. It is thrown to the next county over.
Khatri was a Jedi. She would have listened.
And Windu's arrogance directly after this claim shoves the evidence of this down Dooku's throat. I mean, the way that he sees it now, there's about a 50% chance that Khatri would have listened to him, and another 50% chance that someone like Windu would have just arrested them on the spot, and the planet would continue to suffer under the rule of the Senator.
Your ideology, while faulty, does have its points.
I'm surprised to hear that from a Jedi.
Dooku.
I don't condone your methods, but you had every right to protect your planet. Make sure your people don't lose heart and evolve, Samaj. It is the only way you will truly have victory. I say that for all of us.
In Dooku's eyes, this whole series of events immediately set the seeds of Raxus becoming the capital of the CIS. This whole planet seems to align with his goals and his morals, so why wouldn't he? And as for the guard's perspective, he thought all the Jedi were just like Windu and sees a bit of Dooku in himself, and their mutual understanding, so why not allow the leader of a revolution to set up shop in his backyard? Also, at the beginning of this scene, the camera is outside of the cell with Dooku, but after Windu pops up at the end of the hallway, the camera shifts to inside the cell with the guard, making it appear that Dooku is the one imprisoned. This is a great visual to show how Dooku feels about the Order in this moment.
The Council will have questions.
I believe they'll be happy to know that we solved Master Khatri's murder.
But will they be happy with your tactics?
I have no problem explaining myself.
And we're immediately thrown back into the core idea of Windu caring too much about what the Council thinks and Dooku not caring at all. This is two separate sides of a spectrum of the Jedi Order and two separate sides of a conflict that is still years out at this point. Beautiful.
Now let me ask you one thing.
Proceed.
Do you think the Jedi will truly keep peace if they continue to take everything the Senate says as law?
Luckily, we are guided by our council and not by politics, nor ego.
This is just ridiculous. Even after presented with the evidence that the senator was corrupt and profiting off the downfall of his own people and planet, Windu is more concerned that they broke protocol in a way that got the corruption snuffed out. Unbelievable levels of arrogance.
Windu, a minute. I am told you will be presented with Master Cattry's council seats.
I will.
Is this something you knew was happening before we left for Raxus?
I was as surprised as you are now. Dooku, you and I both were together when the mission was assigned. I stuck to the mission. You decided to interfere in a way that led to a senator's death. I will speak to the council on your behalf.
How kind of you, Master Jedi.
I still stand firm in my belief that Windu knew about this offer for the seat on the Jedi Council this whole time, just based off his actions throughout this episode. And if it is true, it really goes to show how far the Jedi have lost their way. I mean, it's very clearly politics over principles. Dooku and Windu couldn't be any further from each other. Dooku is on the side of the correct and original Jedi way, while Windu couldn't be further from it, and thus Windu has become direct evidence of the corruption that has happened throughout the Jedi Order in this entire episode. I mean, Windu's entire character throughout this episode is the corruption of the Jedi Order and how it strayed from its original path. At every turn, he's calling back to protocol, and now they should report back to the Council and not pursue the corruption that's directly in front of them. He would rather ignore it entirely and get back to Coruscant as soon as possible so that he can have his precious seat on the Council rather than pursuing the people that literally killed his fellow Jedi that are right in front of him. Dooku, on the other hand, is exactly how he should be acting. This assignment may have been to retrieve Master Cattry's body, but if the murderers are right in front of them, then why would they not catch the people responsible and bring them to justice? This episode goes further to push Dooku's fall to the dark side and the creation of the CIS as well, even planting seeds for the Capitol and his relationship with the Guard and their mutual understanding of the problem of the Jedi and the Republic. This is why the TV shows do such a great job of fleshing out this universe. Before this, the only look that we got into the creation of the CIS was the text crawl of Episode 2 and Obi-Wan spying on Dooku and the rest of the CIS leaders. With the last episode, this episode, and another episode of Tales of the Jedi that takes place after the Phantom Menace, we can see the seeds of revolution planted into his mind as well before Darth Sidious ever even got to him. The idea of civil war within the Republic was not just a reason to cause problems for the Jedi or for them to be spread too thin or not see the rise of the Sith, but in my opinion, a just and righteous way to bring about the downfall of the corruption of the Republic. All in all, this episode does a great job of furthering those ideas, and next week we look at an episode that's just a little more lighthearted.